Welcome, my name is Barney Reese. I'm the author of How Blessed You Are God's Promises. This will be your Joy chapter 30. This is going to be part 8. I did not realize this tiny woman was some of the most beautiful women in the world. I did not realize or see how their culture was so different from ours. I did not realize how big their discotecas was and how very unique our experiences could be. Instead, all I could do was focus on what I had lost and the people I loved. All I could do was focus on coming home, getting back to school. I still consider myself a Christian, and I honestly believed I was saved. If I died, I would go to heaven. I still had my Bible, and I would try to read it when I could, but even after I read a page, I could never read very much. It is funny how when you are away, you learn to adapt. You make more friends and somehow come into your life that changes it for the better. I had bought a TV, PlayStation, games, radio. I learned very early on that I could not eat in their chow hall, so most of my food was made from a microwave or on my hot plate, which I was not supposed to have, by the way, but we did anyway. The guy that helped me the most was Justin Usick, a non-Christian, a great skier, an athlete, and I guess Paul, also a tennis player. But Justin would not let me stay in my dorm room. See, I was alone for quite a while. Justin was in communication. I was an F-16 crew chief. He was inside all day. I was outside most of the time. I became more depressed, maybe homesick. Maybe death would ease my pain. Maybe no one would miss me. See, this pain consumed my life. It got worse. I would see a cliff and just think I should just go jump. The world would be better off without me. Being alone is a good thing, but can also be a bad thing because it allows you to think and pretty much do what you want to do. All I wanted to do was go home and find my fiance and see my mom. All I did was go to work and sleep and watch cartoons, work out with Justin, and go try to pick up women. I still thought about ending it all, and all I did not realize it was taking effect on me and people around me at my job also. If it had not been for Justin almost dragging me to the gym every day, I do not know if I would have not killed myself. I was almost in a trance for over a year. I never missed a single day when I was in the Air Force. I stayed to myself when I was off work, and days and nights just got bleaker. I continued to read the Bible, but that did not help at my state of mind. I felt like I was in a quicksand and I was drowning in despair. The world would be better without me. I do not believe in taking a life, so maybe that is why I never committed suicide. If I told you I had not thought of it, I would be lying. I finally had been at work for right at a year, and the pain in my heart was so great that I had enough. I asked one night, Lord, if this pain does not leave, please never let me wake up, because I cannot take it anymore. I do not know what happened, but the pain was gone. I was free. I could think. I started enjoying Italy, but I was still considered someone that no one trusted to work around. As they said, it was not there, and my mind was not focused on the task at hand. I had to try to get out of the military and decided this was not for me. I had gotten tired of all the hours I worked. I'd gotten tired of my small paycheck, no air in the room, freezing at my job, sweating at my job, being away from my home, and decided to go back to college and make something of my life. I decided I was not a great mechanic. I wanted to cross-train, and I wanted to do this as soon as possible. The first time I tried to get out or cross-train, I was denied. There were 3 people short. So therefore I was told no. I was heartbroken, but I would do my time if I had to. I had made friends, and I was in pretty good shape, and well, the disco was phenomenal, to say the least. Some had 4 dance floors, all types of music, from techno music to ballroom dancing. The Italians were very lively, I would say at the least. Some of these discos we went to were probably $1 million or more, and we would find them by looking for lights in the sky, because they would do this to attract other people. They did not know where they were at. I did not realize at the time what I was leaving. I was only focused on getting home as soon as possible. I was considered a problem, so I had many people train me to be an F-16 mechanic. I never missed a day, and I tried my hardest. I later even went into some more training. The Air Force was not all bad other than the long hours. Italy was beautiful. While learning how to work on the jet, I met a man who told me about Kuk-Sul-Wan. I had been training on my own, but he assured me I would enjoy it, so I joined. I met Master Amado Garcia, and he was shorter than me, and at the time I was the only white guy there, but I was happy. I was training again. I had learned how hard someone is on you when you come to another school. I had, however, had an outlet. I was settling in, and at least I could train at something I loved. I would make the best of Italy and all it had to offer. I think Liliana wrote me one more time, the woman that I had dated for over 2 years. I truly tried to do my best at all times. I never missed a day of work, and and after almost freezing that winter, I got myself some more clothes for the cold. I had a four-door car, which allowed me the freedom to get around. I was training in martial arts, so I met some other more friends. I was working out with Justin when I could, and let me just say, as a workout partner, he would push me to exhaustion on all workouts. And when I was bench pressing on the bench, he would only give me 2 fingers of help. That was it. And he would say, come on, one more. I was in shape to say the least, and I stayed in the smaller dorm. I remember before I had God to heal me, I had been drinking quite a bit. When I was not working, and I had come in with friends to pretty rowdy, a little guy came out and said, man, I got to get up in the morning. I don't remember how many there were, but I do remember he pushed me a few steps back. I smiled at him, and then I pushed him like a linebacker, like I was a linebacker, and pushed him down. I'm glad I was drunk because I did a roundhouse kick and missed his head by inches. I hit the reinforced wall with so much force it rang throughout the entire building. My friends grabbed me, and the bigger guy that was with me picked him up, chunked him into his dorm room, and said, dude, if you value your life, do not come out this room. He will kill you, and we cannot hold him. I started screaming, where are you, you son of a bitch? Nobody does that to me. My friends told me, just calm down, he's gone. Later I was asked by friends what I advanced, and I said, why do you ask? Because we had your legs and arms, and we were not able to hold you. At that instant, I never drank that much again. Later I was, hold you. After that incident, I never drank that much again. I was always in control in my mind. I could have killed him. What was I thinking? The more I write about my experience, I've been creating the universe, and Jesus was watching over me more than I knew. I was still determined to get out of the Air Force. We were working 6 and 7 days a week, 12-hour days or more, and I did not consider myself a good mechanic at the time, but I never missed a day. I did what I was told, no regrets. I learned how to change brakes, tires, replace static discharge, liquid oxygen bottles, wing tanks, and centerline tanks. I learned how to fuel jets. I had a total of 4 instructors. Then, not counting the class all the new recruits had taken, I still wanted out, and I met a man that could help. They had transferred me to Phase because they said you can learn the jet better. I had told them that I had the scores, but I did not see myself as a mechanic. I had never rebuilt engines. I had never fixed or redid motors or lawnmowers. I had never did much change out a thermostat, a universal joint, and a fan clutch, plugs and wires, a radio that was about my extent of my maintenance training. And I was also angry with my recruiter. I had the scores on my ASVAB to do anything, and yet you put me to be a mechanic around guys that could literally run circles around me. I was outside in the cold, the heat, and the rain, and the ice, and the rain. I could have done anything. I also did not believe they were doing what they were doing to Bosnia was right. I ended up going to Phase. I learned what work was like. We would tear the panels off the F-16s depending on the phase inspection, and one of the 7 levels would come and inspect what was wrong. Then we would be given a sheet and told to do what we needed to do. I never missed a day, never complained, and I did my best. I could do what I was told, and I would work as hard as I could on trying to get done with the phase inspections. After the inspections, we would have to run the jet. I was getting used to the fact that I would have to do my 4 years term, and life was not bad. I thought that I was saved. I would go to heaven if I died, and sadly I was not saved, and I would one day learn this the hard way. I want you to understand something. I did not hate my job. I just felt inapt at it. I, however, was becoming a mechanic more than I ever knew. I still wanted out, but I decided to make the best of it. It is funny when things feel like they are of the lowest or worst. There is always a silver lining in every dark cloud, and no matter how bleak life gets, learn to make the best of it, and I assure you it will get better. Well, I met a guy that said we had to be evaluated for secret to top secret clearance, so we had to redo everything for the last 5 years of our job or education, so on. I had met a man